That's sad.
Hey. Hey, everybody.
It's the Fonz.
Welcome. Ew. Welcome to U4cast episode 35. 35 episode. This guy now. We've got going on. I'm joined today by Justin and Ben. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, kids.
Let us know if you can hear us. We're having, we can see the audio appearing on the screen. We want to make sure that you can hear us, so if anyone could just type and say, we can hear you, something similar. It's good enough for us.
Oh, yep.
All right, cool.
Epic
Excellent.
Stalker can.
So welcome to the show. This episode is going to be sort of interesting, and then as a lot of folks out there know, we've been working hard on a new feature in the game, and a lot of that is party and chat-related stuff, and Justin's going to talk a little bit about that,
Sure.
but not yet. And we're going to have some displays on that later, and so stay tuned. But if this is your first time joining us, which, judging by the viewer count, it's not yet, this is Offensive Combat, a free-to-play first-person shooter that's playable in your browser, but soon to be downloadable client as well, as we talked about last time we were on the show. You can play it at offensivecombat.com or facebook.com/offensivecombat. And, okay, so I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you were going to say.
So, we've announced parties?
Yep.
Okay, well, all right. So, parties. So you guys had, before in the old Offensive Combat, you had friends lists, right? So you add a bunch of friends on your list, you could send them a message, you could play a game with them. But you couldn't do it on like a larger scale or with groups. So we have this new concept similar to Xbox Live parties, Xbox Live groups. I think PlayStation has the same thing. Basically, you can form a group of you, your friends, whoever you want. I think up to 5 people, maybe it's 6, I can't remember. And then all just go cruising around matchmaking together. So the 5 of you could matchmake into a game.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on the same team, play as a team, and continue to matchmake as that team. And that is our big replacement for join friends. Now it's join as a party.
That's right.
So you cruise around as a party. You have global chat as the party. So whether you are in a game or in the menu, wherever you are, you can chat amongst your friends in that group.
And we're going to show you some mock-ups of how that's working lately. We were going to show you some footage of the game, but it's not quite ready for showing yet. So we're going to, instead, we're going to be showing you some mock-ups and going through how it works a little bit later. Right, Ben?
Sure. Yeah.
There you go. If this is your first time joining us, the usual structure is we play the game here in the background, and we're going to have a hodgepodge of footage this week. Not only are we going to have footage from Hate Mail Please, who, as you may know if you looked at our top 12 players this week, is our number 1 player in the world, so we wanted to make sure we got his footage that he recorded for us last time in the stream again. And we also have some footage from internally here, and this footage here was taken by Travis Everett, who's one of our environment artists. So thank you to Travis for hooking that up. And we also saw that come up in the stream.
Someone asking.
Let's get to the top 12 players and see what's going on. Here is the top 12 players globally. We release these every Wednesday on Facebook and on our blog. And there you can see that the number 1 player is Hate Mail Please. Look at that KDR. It actually went up since last time.
That's insane.
That is amazing.
Hey, look at that. 0 fell off.
Well, just in the world, but as you can see, Spartame, who I will get his name spelled correctly in that Photoshop doc eventually, is up there. Not a Suit Bowl went from number 1 to number 3. Ultra Insanity, who shout out to him, very, very competitive. Wanted to know how he was doing all week. Congratulations to him. He made the top 12. And then you see some other usual specs up there. Suspects, not specs. Pavlidis from Greece. I got it right this time. Bizzo, who was in the exact same spot last week. M. Papagiorgio, who's another Grecian. And then you have Gift in ASR M36, Oracle, and blah, blah, blah. And congratulations to everyone who's on the list. That is the global. If we take a look at the Americas, you can see Hate Mail, of course, still number 1. A lot of Peruvian representation in there, and we have, 2? And 2 Canadian.
2 Canadians.
But that's a lot. That's a lot more than I thought would be playing the game. So shout out to everyone there. Congratulations.
Apparently we failed geography lessons. Peru is in the U.S.
It's not U.S. This is the Americas.
Oh, yes.
So this is the United States, Canada, Central America, South America. Anything American is in there. So we have not failed geography. We've gotten that correct. And then also Zero, who we mentioned earlier, who's our QuakeCon champion last year.
Yep.
In the top 12 with also a very impressive KDR 4.9. Here you see the European top 12. Spartame number 1 again. was 2 shows ago, but fell off last week, back to number 1. And Papavlidis up there, Gift, who I believe was number 1 last week. I think. I had to double check. Might have been number 3. But congratulations to everyone on the list. Soundwave's still up there, showing all sorts of folks and some newbies. Lots of Turkish representation going on, as well, as you can see with the... If you're unfamiliar with the Turkish flag, it is the red one with the white crescent.
Oh, I thought that was China. But
No.
all right.
There you go. Let's go back to the game. Congratulations to everyone there.
Good job, guys.
We're back. Let's take some viewer questions every week on our forums. I say viewer, then I'm going to go to some pre-written questions. So
These are ones the forum put up, and then I wrote them.
that's right. Every week before stream, we post a thread on our official forums at offensivecombat.com or euphoriagames.com. We say, ask us what you want, and we'll increase the chances of us answering them. And that's
of not lying to you. That's a good chance.
This one actually is for Ben this week. And Ben,
Wait.
What?
Okay, go ahead. No,
Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
You just haven't said much. I'm picking you first.
Well,
I thought he just looks pretty. We don't actually
Yeah,
ask him questions.
Did you not study?
I did.
Okay. So then you're prepared. And this one's easy for you. Is the profile and skill options, when are they going to be functional?
The profile and skill. What?
So in our existing one, our existing setup, we have skills that still say coming
functional.
soon. Yes, there you go.
That's really a question for this guy over here.
Way to pass the buck.
Yeah.
Here in the headlights. No,
Skills. Skills.
That's a
still
good question.
working on
So, profile, I don't even know. Oh, I know what that is. Okay, profile's going to be a while. Skills, that's a tough one. We are reworking the skill system. I mean, you guys had some skills before. They're cool ideas, a lot of fun things you could do, but not a very ingenious system, there wasn't a lot of, what's the word? They weren't very competitive, or you didn't have good mixes. There were like 3 good skills, and that's all anyone ever picked.
Yeah, there's
So
a lot of balance issues in there.
So we're trying to redo where you have a large number of skills that are clearly all balanced and good choices and more fit your play styles. So if you're the like run and gun guy, there's skills for you in moving faster, jumping higher kind of stuff. If you're the sniper, there's better like zoom in, stability, recoil reduction, that kind of stuff. And we're trying very hard to do skills that aren't just like change a number, make you 10% better at this. We want to do some like you jump off the ground, you jump twice as high, and when you land it explodes and does damage to anyone near you.
Right.
Well, there's things that are kind of push you into a certain class and play style, not just stat increases, like you said.
Or like sniper, we have some ideas where this is all like work in progress, may not happen, but sniper, right? You go to crouch, maybe that gets you 50% invisibility and you're half sort of hidden, things like that.
Exactly. Really cool features that I'm looking forward to. And if you guys remember last week's show, Michael Shore, lead designer, was on. He dropped by really quickly and he let us know. He gave us a bit of an update that he's still working on it. Last show, which was 2 weeks ago, he was about 3/5 done, I believe is what he said. So we're getting there. Just hang in there, and as soon as we have more information to show or give you, we will absolutely do that here. This one might be for Ben.
No, maybe.
This comes from Urinal Burglar, who's a regular on the show, and it's, why were the timers removed from the power-ups? I.e., users with active power-ups used to always show up on the minimap, and now they don't. Was there a distinct reason why we did that, or is that just something that needs to be implemented again?
Why doesn't that happen anymore?
Well, see there, I think the code might have been stripped out, and it was an oversight to not put it back in. I don't know if that was an intentional choice or not. I
can tell you whoever did that was probably lazy and just spaced and forgot it.
Yeah.
Sweet. So it sounds like it would eventually be back in. Maybe.
Yeah.
There you go.
There was no design decision that I'm aware of to take it out.
There you go. We'll let you know if that's in case not true. Again, if this is your first time joining us, Offensive Combat, playable at offensivecombat.com or facebook.com/offensivecombat. This time we're not sick, so that's good. You can also follow us on Twitter. Check this out. Boom. That's Twitter. Hi, Twitter. Or you can follow us on Instagram at Euphoria Games. Both of them is Euphoria Games. Twitter.com/Euphoria Games. Instagram.com/Euphoria Games. Oh yeah, and this one is a classic. This is a photo of our tech director, Sausage. You remember that day? I remember that day.
That was delicious.
So look forward to those kind of goodies if you follow us. You can also, of course, like us on Facebook. Over 420,000 likes now, and that's actually that's quite a few, and that falls into.
That's an interesting round number, huh?
Well, it's more like 423,000. I'm rounding. That's nice. What are you looking at, Ben?
Nothing. But they were gone. I couldn't see the chat.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just switch windows.
Tabs.
Gotta keep up, man.
But I did it.
But that recall, I know. One of the things that relates to, though, is what happens when we get to 500,000 likes. That's something that we talked about a long time ago. We said when we get to 500,000 likes, we'll do something special. That was actually one of the questions this week from our forum thread. What's going to happen? Well, we don't know. We're going to do something cool, though.
Look at that. Apparently we're programmers, so we don't get laid.
Well, you're just you're the
programmer.
only programmer, so.
And all three of us are married.
So no. Yeah.
So you're right. We don't get laid. No, but we are going to do something special for 500,000. But we actually do want. In the past, we've done double XP and things like that. This time, when we hit 500,000, we want to do something a little bit more special, and we're still working out what that
Are we
means.
going to give them all 10,000 gold?
Don't say that, because
I mean,
no. Great. Now they're going to replay that. You said right there. But we're going to do something very cool. And it's going to be more than double XP when we hit the 500,000 mark. And the quicker we get there, the more likely it's going to happen. But my estimates, it's still a few months away, so based on our growth. So there's not exactly a hurry, but it is something we're thinking about.
double coins. I like that. That's pretty easy to do. We could do that.
Could you?
Someone said double coins.
That's not a bad suggestion. I think it all is based on how much it affects the game's balance and economy and whether or not that throws anything off. But I guess that's part of the thing.
I don't think they
figure
care.
out,
They
right?
just want to buy stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's life. Give me some money so I can buy something, I think is what everybody likes.
I need the next Pokemon.
So let us actually know on the forums when we hit 500,000. We said that before, but give us some ideas of some things you'd like to see, and we'll see what we can do. Especially since this is the guy who can make sure that some of these things can happen. Let's go to a question from the chat room, which is, I wouldn't mind triple global XP. All right, well, that's something to think of. That's not really a question. That's more like a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 times XP and 100 times coins.
A while back, Epic
That won't
Soccer
break down.
asked if we're going to integrate voice chat.
That's actually a really good question, and it's come up quite a few times since we've been in both the original beta and open beta 2.0.
Yep.
Can you guys tackle that? What is the deal with the voice chat, and why we do it, or why we may do it one day, or why we won't?
I'm probably going to say the same thing you are. Don't do it or me. Okay. Let me ask you this question. How many of you play Counter-Strike or Team Fortress or any PC game and you use the built-in voice chat?
No.
So we could add it, but would you use it?
And would it have any sort of performance hit on the game?
Um,
Implementing some kind of VoIP, if we had to build it from
Generally,
scratch versus a plugin.
in terms of like graphics performance, no. The only performance cost is your network bandwidth. So if you're playing on like a crappy DSL or your cable's not that good, I mean, it's just like any other game. If you're using a lot of voice chat, it's going to eat up some of that.
And in a game where speed is important, like a shooter like ours, every little bit could actually make a big difference.
And we don't want to compromise and get like some of the chat systems out there, like older Call of Duties, when you're like, he's corner.
It's off. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Turn it back off. It's
Hey, quiet programmer.
Will we be able to sell the prizes we get from Pones? Is a question from Bubble Bottoms, who was a top 12 player last time.
Where would you like to sell them? Where?
Sell them to you.
Okay.
Wait, what was the question?
If we can sell prizes that we get from Pones, meaning the item drops. So if you get item drops and it happens, will you be able to then sell that later?
That is interesting.
Because they take up inventory. Yeah. It's definitely a
They do
good
take up
idea.
inventory.
That's a good suggestion. Right now, we don't have plans for that, but I mean, that's a good suggestion. But we do allow you to sell your weapons that you've unlocked on the tree back. That's something you can do. So in body parts, no. Weapons, yes, right now.
It'd be really cool if we had some way to like, you throw it in like the cube of a Rodrum or the Rodrum cube or whatever, and usually destroys it, but you might get something cool out of it.
Sounds like something you use in Hellraiser, by the way.
Oh, that's like a Diablo, dude. But I guess
I'm
that.
saying it just sounds Hellraiser. Razor-ish? Is that a word? Mini game on. Can we bring back the old artwork, like the backstab that pops up for the headshot title? We were just
Head
talking
shit.
about that. The head shit, yeah.
We were talking about that. The three of us love that. Nothing as awesome as a. So.
So it's possible, not impossible, not currently planned. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. They're full of energy today.
Our artists are so lazy.
We had a big
especially
lunch
up to them.
We did have a big lunch at Denny's.
At Denny's.
Yeah. We always, every time we go to Denny's, we always come back like,
Yeah, it's time to go to sleep.
right. Omelets. Build your own omelet, people.
Are there any new maps planned?
Yes.
Yes.
Ben, you worked on that map quite a bit. With the next map, Last Resort, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's in flux right now. We were having honestly, some performance problems with it. It was so big and different, and we're trying to push the boundaries of what Unity can do graphically. So we might be shrinking it a bit. But currently, it's probably about the size of Turbine, or what is that called now?
Turbine, I've changed the name so many times.
It's
Torque now?
Torque.
Yes.
I believe it's Torque.
Which, fun fact, named after the username of one of our other programmers, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah.
But it is designed with competitive game modes in mind, and
It's online.
CTF and Capture Point. But that's one that's actually pretty much in the can, as long as we can get the performance where we need it to be.
And the original plan for that, and as far as I know, that's still the plan, is to release that before the end of the fall 2013. I know a lot of folks, when they see fall, for them it means automatically in September, but that's not necessarily the fact.
No.
Obviously, we're in October and it's not out, but fall is still the plan, and we're working on it. And as Ben mentioned, that we're working out some of the performance kinks. It's actually a great time, if you haven't seen it, to take a look at it. So since you asked and you're curious if we are working on new maps, here's a little teaser for it for Last Resort.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a sneak peek at the map Ben was just talking about. Ultra Insanity is now going to be off the top 12. We're not liking it.
Yeah, and somebody has a question. Is this what they work on instead of balancing? Well, no, actually.
By this, I suppose you mean the map?
The map, yeah. Over the stream. But if it's the map, no. And if it's a stream, no, except for Justin.
Right.
He should be working on balancing.
But he chose to be here with you.
Yeah. But working on the maps, no, that does not affect the game balancing at all.
The way that it's worked is it's split into... We have multiple teams that work on different things. And Ben, actually, if you could explain a little bit about how that works and the dynamic there.
Well, it's fairly simple. It's myself and an art lead for that specific environment that we're going to build. And we kick it off, and we decide on a layout, and then it goes into production. That's the top-level simplicity of it. And then the engineering team is only involved if we need like a new pretty shader or some other ask like that. They are pretty much left out of the loop, as well as the systems designs and weapon balancing.
And for casual folks, so they know, when you say that we need a new shader, what exactly does that mean?
Justin,
you make them, so you might as well tell them.
Yeah, okay. So when you see a pretty new effect in the game, something that is like catches your eye and you're like, hey, I haven't seen that before. That's generally a shader is doing that. Or one of the art team made some cool model or something. For what's the name of the map? Last Resort. For Last Resort, the water that you see in the game is a new effect we're doing. What else? The trees, all the trees and the foliage.
Yeah.
And the people walking in the background right now, that's actually an effect.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not real.
We'll take them out in post.
In terms of the balancing, we've seen balancing coming up separately. That is lead designer again, Michael Shore, who was on 2 weeks ago. He's already touched on that. He's working on balancing the game more, and that's an active project for him.
Yep.
So keep that in mind if you're ever curious. He's been on the stream a million times. You can check out any of our past episodes where he discusses that and addresses that. But that's the way it's set up is in terms of design.
Yep.
Ben does the maps, and Michael does the balancing and the big picture stuff, and I'll come in and I'll write stupid lines here.
Yep.
There you go.
Really stupid.
Really dumb.
Yeah.
Totally. Thanks.
Let's see here.
Well, you said it first.
I know.
Yeah.
There's Alex. There's Torque. There he is. Hey. Oh, here he comes.
Hey
Hey. Nothing. What are you doing?
Trying to fill time. It's working.
So let's show you the new chat thing that we were talking about earlier. As you guys may remember earlier in the show, we said the reason that there hasn't been an update as of late is that we've been working really hard on getting the chat list and the friends list feature out for Open Beta 2.0. So we wanted to show you a little bit about what that looks like and how it is. Again, this is going to be mock-ups, so keep in mind that this is not a finished product. These are just workups of what it's going to look like when it's done. We've made some visual refinements and some changes and all your other disclaimers here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving over a little bit. Okay.
Oh, you're touching my knee.
That's what I do. Click on chats here. So here you go. Here's a basic view of what our screen would look like at the player screen, and it's proof that it's video. I'm going to play it real quick. Ooh, video. Okay, so pause here. And then the way that it's going to work, and this is just a little overlay, is this will be the friends list. And as you can see, by looking at it, it's a little bit more graphical than what we had before, where it tells you you can add your chat message there and lets you know, hey, you're not in a party. So you need friends. And then you see on the right your friends list. And for those who are curious, when they see that green box, why is that green box there?
I believe that is intended to be the server status box. So eventually you would see kind of a red, green, yellow. Yeah, that's right. Colors.
Yeah,
Colors of your connection to the servers and how good it's doing.
It'll have a much prettier presentation. Again, these are just mock-ups. And then right here is and here you see Michael Shore and Tim McDonald discussing things amongst themselves, probably about us on the stream right now.
Yeah.
Where it's
definitely
they're just talking amongst themselves, and this is basically what it looks like when you have a chat alert.
Mm-hmm.
What is a chat alert?
A chat alert is any sort of incoming event that's for you. So we talked about the party chat where you're talking with your current group of friends. There's different levels of chat, so you can do individual whispers, which is talk to a specific person. If you're in a lobby or in a game, there's free-for-all and team chat. And eventually, as we bring more systems online, like clans, you'll have clan chat on there. So as you can see in this example, kind of a mixing of different chats.
And again, the visual presentation you see here is placeholder. So those icons that you see up there might not necessarily be there in the final version. But you can see an example of as Justin just pointed out, general chat, team chat, whispering, the whole thing. Oh yeah, bitches, plus 50 defense in that.
Look at that, we even got, apparently we have item linking in the, I don't know if that'll happen, but it's cool, that would be cool.
It would.
ETA, I think that's coming out tomorrow.
No, it's not. Don't mess with them. And then if you wanted to add a friend, this is this roughly what it's going to look like when you add a friend, or are we still tweaking the visuals a little bit? So, and there you see, it's really simply just go ahead and click down the friends list that you want to message and talk to them in that way. Pretty straightforward. I think visually a much cooler presentation than what we had before. Here is what happens if you do click on somebody and you want to talk to them. There you see you have your option to whisper, invite the party. You can also get rid of them.
Yep.
And then
can you mute people? Can you put them on?
We will have ignore lists, so
all right.
You can basically say, I don't ever want to hear from this person again. And
but that doesn't show up on this mock-up. In case you guys are looking for it, where's that button? It's not in the mock-up. Is that going to be a feature that goes out at the same time as the full chat itself, or is that an add-on later?
I hope it'll go out at the same time.
And then here you see just more looks at it. If you have a friend, you can search for a player, or you can just go ahead and add a Facebook friend as well on the right side of the screen. The reason it looks off again is it's just a mock-up. It's not in its proper position, and that's a basic look at it. So that's what we're working on now. It's imagine that, only even prettier. And that will be in our next update, correct?
Yes.
And in terms of the next update, is that the main feature? Are there some other things that people can expect to see?
That is the primary feature that you guys will be interested in seeing. We are adding some new stuff for the new players to kind of help teach them how to play, teach them how the different systems work. So we are adding the tutorial back in. We're adding parts of the gun range back in. We're adding in more sort of teach you how to use crafting, teach you how to use honing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, internally and in the business, it's known as the TUI, the first-time user experience. And it's much more expanded than it was in the past. Previously, we had it just to understand the game, and now it's going to all these different systems.
Yep.
So
but chat and parties and friends is the primary feature for you guys coming out in the next release.
So thank you for being patient with us in that regard, and we're glad that is going to be in the next update. Right now,
Disasteroids
Yeah.
should be coming back too.
that's right.
Next
But
update.
now known as Ceres, which is actually its original name.
Yeah, no, it's serious. Yeah.
Which is based on the little planetoid with the same name. Dwarf planet. Is it dwarf
Oh.
planet or planetoid?
Oh, serious? Oh, I don't know.
So, high-res projectile has an interesting question.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
So why do devs with no competitive FPS experience keep trying to make FPS games?
That's a great question.
By
I-
competitive FPS experience, how competitive are you talking?
Yes.
That's what we need that clarification.
Also, I mean, there is a lot of shooting game experience on this team. Even up here, just alone, right? I worked on SOCOM and MAG and Unit 13. And Ben,
I go all the way back
you
to
go Blood.
Shogo, Blood, No One Lives Forever, Aliens vs Predator 2, and we play shooters all the time.
Are you
Yeah.
asking if we played professionally or if we worked on them, like made those games?
Yeah. Because play professionally, you're right. I'm not very good at shooters at all, but I
And-
love to play them.
You're gonna find a very small percentage of devs that actually have
Yeah, see, like AVP when you win,
two.
everyone will call out that that's a great
Yeah.
game.
That's the problem. Like, no developers actually have been competitive players.
No.
Maybe one or two. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, Vanderleest is very, very good. I think that Vanderleest and perhaps Spencer are good enough to potentially compete if that's what they focused on rather
And
than...
Water Bottle, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was.
He's not dead.
So high res is the best dev studio. Interesting. Okay. Not familiar with high res.
Yeah, but I mean, there's definite advantages to having the ear of folks who do play competitively, and we do listen to what they have to say. How much of that gets implemented, of course, is a series of discussions. But it's one of the things that we actually talked about today. We've been having a lot of meetings lately about
Yeah.
about improving the game in a lot of the more hardcore aspects.
Yep.
And that's a fact. So we're actually looking forward to starting to implement on some of that stuff.
Yep. Okay. High res made Tribes Ascend. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to claim that as a really awesome game. I mean, it's good, but it's no Tribes 1.
PC gamers are not casual. That is absolutely correct from Beast of Strike.
I don't know
We-
if I would say 30 billion people, because
That's more people than exist.
Yeah.
There's about 7 billion people on the Earth, so 30 billion would be quite a few.
yeah. But you're close.
That's right. Well, forward thinking.
Yeah.
It's-
By the time they're born, they'll download it.
That's right. Justin, here's a question for you, and this is one that came up last time, but it might be good to get an update. And that's if there's a matchmaking feature, why does a player still get paired with noobs? And this comes from Monsterin, who is one of our top 12 players.
That is a great question. The primary reason is it really depends on who is playing and how many people are playing. If there is a match going on, like all the high ranked players just start a match, and then you come in, try to matchmake, and they all just started their game, then we have two options. Either you're going to wait 9 minutes for their match to finish, and then you join with them, which is probably not going to happen because a whole lot of them are going to go into the next game, or we just have to say, we're going to get you in a match now so you can play, and then throw you with as high a rank as we can find.
And when you're in the top tier in terms of skill, not in equipment or anything else, in terms of how good you are, somebody like Monsterin, who is a top 12, top 20 player consistently, everyone's going to seem like a noob unless you're up against other really good folks. So that's another thing to keep in mind with that. Here's a question from Dark Drace that Ben just highlighted. Are you going to read my question? You just did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And are you going to remove gold? I missed the old version. No skill needed. Just the OP unbalanced team tier 1. So I guess the ultimate question is, we're going to remove gold. No. Not today.
Yeah, not today.
Not today.
But
How about
we-
it this way? Gold is the only way that we make any money right now, so that will probably not happen unless we find a new way to make money.
That's right.
So our PayPal link is at the bottom if you want to donate. Oh, we don't have it up there.
We don't have it up.
So gold
No.
stays.
Bitcoins. Send us a bunch of Bitcoins. It won't be good. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that we're actually excited about right now, though, in general, is we are looking at a bunch of various aspects of the game and saying, how can we improve this and make this better? So, what are you pointing at now?
That question.
that one
Which
I-
one?
highlighted.
Okay. Would you guys be up for talking about your background in game design? I'm a game design course at the moment, a month in. I think, for sure, Ben is the elder statesman. I'm not saying
Here
you're
you go.
old.
I think
You
this
just have
might
the most
be something
experience.
that we want to prepare for, honestly.
Yeah.
So maybe for the next stream or the one after that, we should have like a prepared sort
Okay.
of, you know.
That in mind, though, we did do a profile on Ben specifically and Justin several months ago for each of them, talking about their backgrounds in design. I could actually pull it up right now while you guys watch the game.
Let's hear you guys came from
wait.
banking and retail.
One simple answer for that, I think, is to making mods for an existing game using their mod tools or Unity is still probably one of the best ways to impress developers and to get your foot in the door. I would still recommend going to school, like a Digipen or Full Sail or whatever. But honestly, if you're thinking about engineering or the like, I would even go to a traditional college, university, and major in CS.
Yep, I agree. Definitely go get some formal training in how to just code and how to build software. And
even if you want to be a designer or an artist, having a background in one or two disciplines is actually very beneficial as well.
And one thing that I think a lot of folks outside of the industry who are not in it yet don't realize there are multiple types of design work and engineering work.
Mm-hmm.
So being a designer isn't as flat as just saying, I design everything.
Nope.
Like Ben, he knows how to make levels. That's about it.
And now I'm a programmer.
Yeah, now he's a programmer. He made a script.
Yep, 5 lines of code.
So I'm pretty much going to go home today. He's going to finish.
Yeah, I'm going to finish up the...
So there you go. This is
list.
when we did. It's on March 20th is when we did it. So you can go to our blog at euphoriagames.com and click on it and then go back to our March archive and you can find it right there. But there you see, shows you at that time, and that's almost a year ago already,
Really?
how long you've been in the industry, what you've played in the games when you were...
Hey, you're 40 this year.
Whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that's hilarious.
It was just last month.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's great.
But there you see Ben's favorite game of all time, Half-Life 2.
Good choice.
Yeah.
That's an excellent choice. Big time. I like your music, too.
It dates me, though. It's
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. And there you see the gamography. I mean, you've worked on
some of them.
Tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Blood 2, No One Lives Forever. That's a classic. Ants vs. Predator 2, as you mentioned. And then Justin's, yours is in there somewhere, too. It just took me forever just to find Ben's. But you can find it. And one of my favorite games that Ben worked on is The Suffering.
Thank you. It's a great game if you can find it.
Yeah.
PS2.
And the sequel, Suffering the Ties of Bind.
Mm-hmm.
Very good games. Horror. We have a mutual love for horror.
I think a lot of people do in the studio.
Here's a question from Hiddens. Is there anything being done about how Tier 5 people wreck new players? Well, that's the point, though, right? Is that Tier 5 players are supposed to wreck Tier 1 players?
Yep. That kind of falls into the same answer as the question before. Eventually, a Tier 5 guy is the only one playing, and there's only Tier 1 and Tier 2 people playing. And we've either got to make him not play or let him destroy noobs. So...
Please answer my question, guys. Okay. Nika Lynn, who was one of the questions.
Oh, she was a
community spotlight person.
Yes.
Is there any possible way to decrease the amount of data each player has to download for each match? I ask because players with a monthly data allowance like satellite internet sucks the data so fast that after a week they can't really do anything. That is a very interesting technical question.
Yeah, wow. I did not expect a smart person to be on the forums.
Oh,
jeez.
You want to give out his email address?
Yes. No, I won't, because he'll find a way to hurt me.
Yeah.
That's a great question. When the match first starts, we download all the assets you need, which is all the character models, all the textures, all the level geometry, stuff like that, the shaders. But we only download them once. Yeah, and then after that, it's cached on your machine.
Yeah, and and specifically, if you want to find it, it's in your Unity cache, which is at unity3d.com/webplayer. Is that where it's at?
Yep.
Okay, and that's where you can see what's in there.
So there is that. When you start the match, the actual package you get that says this is the status of the match is basically a list of all the players that are in there, what weapons and body parts they have, and I mean it's like 5K, 4K. It's not big at all. So there's really no network cost when you join a match.
Unless she's downloading characters. That could be what...
The characters are cached on your machine, so they're not...
Yeah.
They're not re-downloaded.
So there is no specific, as far as we're aware, there's no specific thing you keep re-downloading every time.
Yeah, unless there's a bug in our stuff and Unity cache is constantly reloading.
We'll look into it.
Urinal Burglar actually has a more technical question. So why, if they're cached, why are they showing pink every time?
Come on, you're a programmer. You want to answer?
Well, yeah. It's because we actually take all the body parts that make your character, and we take all those assets out of your cache and assemble them when you load into the map. So it has all the assets, but Unity has to take all those and create a new mesh out of it. And while it's doing that, it's showing the pink material, shiny stuff.
So
for
we
that
kind
reason,
of have a couple options. We can show you that You know, like when you play any Source game and you have a loading match and it always takes like 10, 15 seconds, or if you have a slow machine, 60 seconds to load a game. It's because it's loading all the assets at that point. Whereas we put you in the game immediately and then show everyone pink and then load them as it's going.
Will the standalone player that we're working on that we've talked about improve that for anyone?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Standalone works way better. And it's like 4 times frame rate. We play the standalone here against you guys. It's so fun to destroy you guys.
They know that's not true because we're probably not even in the top 50, most of us.
Yeah, who am I kidding?
Top 50
Top
in
100.
the office, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's not even 50 of us here. That's how bad it is. If you were to give a list of progress on the standalone, last time you said we're still plugging away, we're still testing, we're still in the testing process, but how's it going from your perspective right now in terms of our status on it?
Good. So the standalone works. You can literally run it, and it downloads all the assets from the same place the web player does, crashes on a machine. It's very similar to Guild Wars. Like you start up the game, you get in the game, and then it's like pulling in all the pieces as you need them as it's loading up. And then you get in the gameplay. The only piece that doesn't work right now is like all of our gold. When you buy gold, it goes through the website, and you have to go through website providers, give them your credit card and all that to get gold, which that doesn't exist when you're in a standalone, so we've got some work there to do.
And that's the only thing really kind of holding it back right now.
Yep.
If you were to give are we comfortable enough yet to give an ETA on when this is, when they'll likely see it, or is that still...
No, not really. Because, I mean, it's just not scheduled work. I don't know when that's going to happen. I want it. Ben wants it more than anything.
Oh, yeah. I've wanted it for a long time.
Yeah, and we know that our fans out there and players want it as well, so... we're so close. I'd really love to be able to give them a date.
Well, let's start testing it again.
Right.
Yep.
Do it right after. So hang in
Ben
there.
wants
Yeah, I want
he
it.
does.
Yeah, bad.
We really, and everyone does.
Surprise.
We know they do. Let me look at our questions here, our list of questions, if there's anything. Here's another one. This came from quite a few folks. When will OCR be shown in-game? / will it be shown in-game? And what are the plans for hosted tournaments for in-game rewards and prizes and things like that? First, do the first one first, OCR.
We can two-part this one. You can do the second half. I personally love OCR. I play a lot of WoW and WoW arenas. Not good at them, but I do love the concept. So the concept of a number that defines how you rank against everyone else is sort of a great way to show, like, in the entire gaming community or entire OC community, how do I rank? Where do I fit? So that's kind of why I love OCR. So I want to show it in the game. I want it to be when you're playing in a match, you can see other people's OCRs. So you know if I'm getting destroyed and he's 200 OCR higher than me, you know why you're getting destroyed.
And if you want to see someone destroy somebody else, this is our #1 player in the world, Hate Mail Please. He's been #1 a couple times. Also, apologies, we're having a little bit of a network spurt here that we can see.
Spurt.
But this is Hate Mail. He captured this footage for us a few weeks ago, and we're replaying it now so you can take a look. The top 12 players is what we use the OCR for, in addition to matchmaking. So you can see who the #1 player is.
No, Epic, I don't want to spurt. Nice.
That's the Ian.
Ian?
There you go.
Yes.
Say hi.
Thank you very much. That is perfect timing. Thank you, Ian.
Don't forget the second half of the question. Or the second
And
question.
the second half of the question,
Or second question.
yeah, it really is a full second question, is what are the plans for Euphoria hosted tournaments with in-game rewards or prizes?
Well, to be able to do any of that stuff, tournaments, we would all like to do that, but I think we need to get clans out there, get parties working, get leaderboards working. So we want to get the foundation out there before we attempt to have a tournament, when the tournament would be subpar,
Right.
in my opinion. Things like spectator cams and such, and we just have more tools that we need to get in and more features before we could have a successful tournament.
Where's the Ian with this? That's what she said, Stein.
And yeah, balance, absolutely balance.
Right. Balance is very important, and we know, and that's again, that's something we've been discussing very heavily, particularly today and yesterday and the last couple of days.
Yep.
So, again, hang in there. If this is the first time joining us, this is Offensive Combat, free-to-play first-person shooter. You can play it in your browser at offensivecombat.com or facebook.com/offensivecombat. You can also follow us on Twitter, right here. I'm gonna show you.
I want Epic Stalker. That's what I want.
So tell us, Ben, how do you want Epic Stalker?
Or on
I just-
Instagram.
I just want to be his friend.
Like if he were to sneak up behind you and surprise
Well,
with
actually, it could be
something.
anybody in the office.
What are you guys
Yeah.
talking about?
playing the game. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I forget what
Sauce.
the fuck. But try it. Play it. Epic Soccer wants to know that he wants us to know he's a good fan.
Yeah, I believe him. He's been a loyal fan.
And that's one thing that I really appreciate and like about our fans. Those that have been with us from the beginning have stuck with us through the good times, the bad times, good times again, bad times again, back and forth. And we do appreciate you very much.
Yes, you can change your FOV.
Absolutely.
We finally made it a slider for you guys. You can be like, we hate what you have. We want this.
One thing that needs clarification, I think, though, is the way that Unity, which is the engine that the kit that we use to build our game on, the way that it displays FOV versus what some folks might be used to in other games. So the numbers
are kind of
different.
off.
Yeah.
So a 75 in our game is more akin to like 110 in other traditional shooters.
Like Call of Duty.
Yes.
We could give you this technical description of how the tangent of the cosine of how numbers relate in horizontal versus vertical, but we don't understand what that really means, so we just stuck numbers in there, and it looks cool.
Actually, the high FOV, yeah, you could just slide it all the way to the 75. And if you want to go to the lower end, it's 60.
Right, but 75, again, is the equivalent
Very wide, 110.
Is the equivalent of 110, and that is because of the way that Unity interprets it. We might make... this is something that...
we should add little slider notches that just say, like, Quake, Call of Duty, Unreal.
It's not bad.
You're like,
We
I
have to
like
put
Quake.
TM after each one.
Yeah, on Borderlands, they had some crazy discussions about the FOV.
Yeah, we didn't understand that at all, so we were like...
No.
Really good article,
cool.
though. That
It
we
really
all read
was.
it. We read that article. It was really interesting. And that's actually one of the things I think that led to us adding that slider. What are you pointing at?
How high is the crouching hitbox on the priority list fix? So let's go back to a story about when we first added crouching, and it used to crouch and put your hitbox below ground. So Ben would play every game in a crouch position. So he would just run, crouch, and he's invincible.
And people would whine, but it was in the game.
And that's the only way Ben can win. So
Yeah.
we're probably going to leave it there for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. Called bin mode.
It's not so bad now.
Epic Soccer's awesome.
Ben likes it wide.
He is the new Dublin Johnny.
Also, a shout out to Dublin Johnny, longtime supporter of the game as well.
Name of the toilet.
But there actually is something we need to look into for the crouching. There is some oddness there with the hitboxes of the head or the torso or something. So
Whoever writes that hitbox code.
they don't understand math.
And numbers and things
Numbers.
with molecular structure.
If you're curious, by the way, when you hear Justin say things like that, it's not because he's mean. It's because he's usually referring to himself. Just to let you know.
Urinal, man, our FOV is 110 at its max. If you go anything past that, you're going like uber fisheye. And honestly, maybe at a future date we could push it up beyond that, but it'll make a lot of people sick.
I'm going to look at another question. How does... This one comes from Hate Mail, who's the number one player. Wants to know, how does OCR, as we touched on earlier, deviation work? So if you quit, does your OCR deviation go down? Meaning it's slower to rank up and faster to derank? And if so, how does it go back to normal?
Okay. Gabriel, who is one of our developers here as well, he's sort of the guy responsible for how OCR calculation, well, I guess both of us are, but he's the mastermind behind that stuff. As far as I know, the way deviation works is you have an OCR. The longer you don't play the game, your deviation will widen. So you're playing the game and you're playing every day, and we're pretty confident that your OCR is the number we have. But if you quit playing for 2 months and you come back, your deviation is widened, and we will sort of widen you out more in matchmaking. We're more likely to pick a higher or lower OCR match for you. So it kind of compensates for you taking time off. That's really the point of deviation.
Look what he wrote about you.
He is a Colk. That's not a C, that's an L.
So Nick Lynn has a follow-up question. Where can I buy one of those big black cuck shirts? Which is a great question. This is the shirt that she's referring to.
If they were OC prices, this would be 2,000 gold.
It might break when you wash it.
There you go. So that's the one.
Yeah, don't
And,
combine it with other shirts, or you 90% chance to lose it.
As a longtime supporter of OC, Nika, I'm going to send you one. So just send me a message through You can do it either through the
Face?
forums or through here.
Oh yeah, forums.
Either one, just
That's
send
how
me
Jeremy picks
what
up chicks.
address you want me to send it to, and we'll send you one. Don't forget to include your size.
He'll drive to your house.
Please mail me, please.
Send me the address,
Hey,
and
people
we'll
will pay
send one to you.
$20 for these. We
Why aren't we selling shirts?
yeah.
That's like more than we
would
made
love-
yesterday.
I would, I would love to sell shirts.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what?
You're
Did
wearing
we pay
one now.
$10
Yeah,
for?
I am. I am wearing a shirt now. They're helpful. So yeah, just send me that message, and maybe we can go back to doing that. We used to do that every single week on the stream, was give a
Give
shirt
away a
away.
shirt.
So I think I'll do that from now on. Thank you for reminding me.
We'll give
Starting-
her a shirt for our most technical question.
But they're used. He's gonna take them out of his closet.
That's right. We did.
It smells like me.
Sleep with it.
Is that what that? Okay. So there you go, and I'll get to it after the show. Can't check it quite yet. This is your first time joining us. Defensive Combat, free to play first-person
Wait a
shooter.
minute.
What?
What about the top 3? Maybe the top 3 people, or top person in each region. Send them
The
a
problem
shirt.
with that is if it's the same person every time.
Well, they get it once.
Yeah, but what if it's always the same top 12?
Hate mail's like I got like
Well, then
40 of
people
these.
gotta
What
play
do I need a shirt
better.
for?
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
All right.
That means no. That
doesn't
means
mean
no.
It doesn't mean no.
Yeah.
It means we'll work on it.
If he ever says that to you guys, he means no.
You know, of all the people that play
Oh,
our
what?
game, that one guy has a shirt, and the other like 15 people that play don't have shirts.
Right.
Top 6.
Top 6. Yeah, and next week top 7.
We've got nobody to make all those shirts.
Is this maxed out settings? Is one of the questions from the chat here. No, this is not maxed out settings. This is a balanced gameplay, and we have a number of settings in the game. Hate mail, please. This is some higher settings. I believe this is on
Looks like
Yeah.
gorgeous.
gorgeous at 1280 by 720. I think is what you captured that in. And yes, obviously, because I put it up there in the corner. Also gave him a little shout out there at the bottom. Visit his YouTube channel. He does all sorts of offensive combat videos.
If we're working on it, it means we just made it up. But if we're working on it, it means probably a few weeks.
Wait, we already are on MLG. Not game battles though.
Game Battles is MLG.
Oh,
Oh well, yes, I'm a hardcore
rebranding, which started as SOCOM
Really?
Battles. Yeah.
What?
Going back.
I don't even know what SOCOM is.
What?
Of course I do.
No, you don't. You want the MLG. So we were on MLG before in the original open beta, and there were some, when we did open beta 2.0, we redid the game, and the support isn't there currently. And right now, what's the answer to that in terms of MLG?
you want the real answer or what we should?
I don't
be
think there's a
telling people
demand.
publicly?
There's no demand for.
You know, all 200
demand
people
is
that
small.
played on MLG are mad, but that was only 200 people that played on MLG. So, sorry.
There you
There's
go.
probably like 4 of them in the forum. So,
Yeah, or maybe all of them. It's totally possible.
But there is gamers first.
That's
Right.
right. And Gamers First has been very cool so far, and they've
Yeah.
released quite a bit of, I think, valuable information to help us out as well.
And I think their user flow is easier for people to makes it easier for people to get into the game.
That's right. So if you're already a Gamers First player, and you might be if you play PP Reloaded or what else is on there? Hawken and or not
Is
Hawken.
Warframe?
Warframe, yeah. You
Hawken might be.
go to
I don't know.
Gamers First, G1, gamersfirst.com. We're also available there, and enjoy. You can use their currency there.
Yes, we are on the Mac as well. Any browser that works on the Mac, you can play our game.
Last time I checked our numbers, we have about 1 out of every 10 people play on a Mac. Is that still accurate?
That's
or
not
is it
true.
Not
That's-
anymore?
definitely not true.
1% out of all of the Unity install base plays on a Mac.
No, I mean ours, not Unity in general.
I know.
You mean ours?
No.
So where's the number I'm
I
getting
mean
that
Unity.
from?
I don't know. You're
Hmm.
confused.
Totally possible.
Linux, when we switch to Unity 4, Linux will be coming.
Yeah,
It supports it.
Unity 3 does not support Linux. Also, you guys might be familiar with the 64-bit version of the web player out there for Unity. We don't officially support that at the moment. Can you, for folks who do use that, can you let them know the situation on that?
On Unity 4?
On Unity 64-bit web
64-bit.
player. Yeah, the beta test one.
I don't know what the situation with that is. I know they're working on it. I know it's still in beta. It's not released.
Which is why we don't officially support that one.
Yep. Because every time they have a patch for it, it either makes our game work or not work, and we have no control over that. So once they're finally released, then we can announce official support.
And
And then we will.
If
support
you
it.
have crashing problems, like your game's crashing every 10-15 minutes, highly recommend you go try WaterFox and the 64-bit player. 'Cause it will It won't fix the crash, but you'll crash a lot less. So
Is there a particular browser that you would recommend for everyone? I know what the answer usually is, but for folks out there, from the guy who does a lot of the engineering work on the game, is there a browser you'd recommend for maximum performance?
it's pretty equal between Chrome and Firefox. They're pretty. Don't use IE,
I use Netscape.
and that's why you're a designer.
When is this game going live? That's from Perplexity.
Haven't we been live for like a year?
Yeah.
Like
Released.
Oh, like out of beta.
Out of open beta. The plan was to.
yes, that big stalker.
The plan is to release soon.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Soon, trademark.
Yeah. I would recommend people, if they want 64-bit web players and such, email Unity and say make them know that there's a big demand for it.
The original date we gave, by the way, was winter. So the idea is to be done by the end of the winter. So that could change. That may not change. That's the plan right now, and that's the one we're going after. Would be great.
So to answer the question, as far as performance, if you want the best possible performance, like Nicolin says, use WaterFox with the 64-bit player.
And
it's not officially supported, but you will get your best performance out of that.
And the biggest increase there is memory. You can use all of your system's memory at that point, so you're not going to run into any crashes for running out of memory. Well, you'll crash sometimes, maybe, but yes. Mission accomplished.
It is. He's gonna go back to his desk and probably write, I'm gonna pull a flower. He loves me. He loves me. He loves me.
If this is your first time joining us, and as we can tell, we have quite a few viewers today. This is Offensive Combat, playable at offensivecombat.com, and also play it on Facebook at facebook.com/offensivecombat. Follow us on Twitter at Euphoria Games, or you can follow us on Instagram, also at Euphoria Games. This is Justin and Ben, engineer, designer. I'm Jeremy. I know. What do I do? Stuff. And then we're here to answer your questions, so please ask us.
Looks like a game called Brave Arms. Have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that game.
Nope.
Mm-mm-hmm.
Brave Arms.
Brave Arms. Brave Arms.
So HRPB 1990 says it wants to send you a verification code. How long does it take maximum usually for the emails to go out to verify your email?
It should only take like at most 5 or 10 minutes. If it's taking longer, either it's lost by your email provider, but if you're using like Gmail or something and you know it should be coming, then go on the forums or contact OC support.
Check your spam.
Yeah, check your spam filter too. It shouldn't take more than 5 or 10 minutes. Usually it's within seconds. So.
Yeah, if you have a continued issue at all, let me show you something real quick.
Is this going to be a pay-to-win game? It's not pay-to-win, but if you pay, you're more likely to win.
So if you run into any issues at all,
That's not true.
Here's offensivecombat.com where you can play the game. Go right down here where you see support, and you click on that. If you run into any issues, send that. It'll set up a support ticket for you. You can tell us about your problem, and our customer support are really good. They'll get back to you ASAP and see if they can fix it for you.
See, I think the first tournament that we have will be everybody stripped down to noob gear.
I like the strip down part.
Yeah, nude models. Oh,
yeah, that got epic. Now he's in.
Yeah.
You like that?
Is there a reason why this game
The mirror
looks...
effect. Check that out.
Whoa, we're lost. I like how the forum updates, then it updates, then it updates.
Yeah.
Well, it does play a little bit like Gotham City Imposters. I guess that is another game that doesn't take itself too seriously, and they aren't afraid to kind of have some wackiness in their game and a kind of a exaggerated run speed and such. So, and we kind of look. I mean, we have the same sort of art style in a way. We don't go that far.
And we actually have a couple people in the office who worked on it.
Yep.
Here's our local metalhead.
Yep. That's Skinhenge, by the way. For those of you who have watched our intro or listened to the closing credits, Mark Duncan, our art director back there, he's the guy that has done the music. There's Sabrina. She's our animator. Hi, Sabrina. What you guys taking off?
A little early for that.
Oh, okay, cool.
How come we never get cool kid time?
Because we're not cool kids.
Don't go into
we
his
get stuck
van.
watching the stream.
He, yeah.
Yeah.
So many jokes you can make right now, but just
I'm not going. I'm trying to restrain.
All the panda.
They
Looks
did leave
like
together. You know?
Blacklight with the weapon, animations, and taunts.
Well,
What do you think?
we had that stuff first,
Mhm.
but Blacklight is a great free-to-play game.
Yeah, total respect to those guys. And we actually have folks here who actually used to work with Zombie
Yep.
Studios back in the day too. So it's kind of incestuous relationship with the industry. We live folks
In
that have worked
Seattle,
on
it
a lot of
is,
the games.
man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're all related. Or all cousins.
Yeah. Hopefully, at least third cousins though.
No.
If you're curious, again, this is Hate Mail Please. He's their #1 player for offensive combat in the world, and that's why we're showing the footage. Thanks to him for grabbing it. He's also in the chat room there if you want to say, hey, good footage. Damn, you guys have been everyone in the game world from indie gaming. It
We've
feels
had people in
that
almost
way.
every big studio, huh?
Yeah.
What?
That we've been pretty much everywhere in the game world if you combine us all. It's true.
Ben is probably half that by himself. He's been at Monolith,
Surreal, THQ.
Yep. Basically, Ben closes places down, is what he's saying.
Yeah, he goes there and then they shut down, and he's like, so he's here at Euphoria on the stream now. See? Oh.
Working on. Honestly, what am I going to go back and work on? I'm going to go test out some AI.
There
Not
you
going to
go.
say
Ooh,
why,
That's a good teaser.
but I'm going to
Interesting.
That's a really good teaser.
That's code word for
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to my office and play some other game.
like install some packages and wait for them to load. So
Justin will handle some packages.
Yeah.
And I'll open them.
Epic can send some
I clicked
packages
to make an
over.
account with Google Plus, and now my name is stuck hplat. Lol.
email at DMAC.
Take off Inferno because that map is terrible. So that's what's really interesting is Inferno has been one of those maps where that has been split.
It's so
You have
polarizing.
Team Lovers and
Which one's
yeah.
Inferno? Is that Burninator?
Yeah,
Used to be
and if
Burninator, yeah.
people don't like it, they're just dumb.
That's the most beautiful map we have.
Yeah, I think I know why they don't like it. They don't like it because it messes up their KDR. They fall into the lava because they can't steer.
You almost said fuck.
No.
Good catch.
Yeah, my kid might be watching.
That's a good thing we didn't say that anyway.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, it's good. It's a fun map. It's a little more old schoolish playing, but it's a fun map. Yeah, it is dark. Okay, promise last time that we will make that lighter.
Without you reading what the questions are, it sounds like you're just arguing with yourself.
I am.
No self, I don't think. Yes.
No.
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 Not
Yeah.
again. Not again, Grandpa.
Well, if Inferno isn't your sort of map, here's another beautiful map, I think, Pandemonium.
Hey,
I think
Bongin's here.
looks great. Hey, Bongin. And then, who's also one of our top players back in the day. And if you want a new map, we're going to show you the teaser again for Last Resort.
Wait, I thought you had some other stuff for Echelon.
That's next week. That was not for the stream, because I'm still working on it.
We were
So-
gonna announce a new map you guys already played a whole lot of.
Yeah,
No, it's not. We're not announcing map. So
the grand reveal for Echelon.
Hey, check
So-
out this map. It's got like buildings and.
specifically, what we're doing is next week. So we have a ton of maps. We have a ton of maps out there. But when we released them originally, we didn't really go into detail about what some of their strengths were and how they came to be and give developer tips. So the thought now is that every week or so that we'll go in there and we'll give you tips on existing maps in addition to the new maps and tell you a little bit about them, how we came up with them, give you some video fly-throughs of the whole thing.
We need heat maps. Let's integrate the heat maps into that presentation.
I'm totally fine with
Ooh,
that.
that'd be
So
cool.
we're
Yeah.
hoping that it'll be kind of a cool little feature for existing maps to help folks out who might be on the search for a little bit more information, and also for us to kind of just take some of our existing stuff and spruce it up a little bit and let people kind of enjoy it in a new way.
Epic Stalker wants to know if we're going to have a twerk pwn. Only you'll come in and demonstrate this twerking thing. Is that... I don't know. Do the kids do that?
We need motion capture,
They
so if
do.
you can come in and show us what it's like.
We have asked for a twerk pwn. I think it's all about
Dusty,
timing and
demonstrate the
There's our
twerk.
CEO Dusty back
Yeah,
there.
he's going to
And
twerk.
Can you twerk for us?
Can you twerk to show the twerk pwn?
We'll call Robin Thicke.
Yeah, you look kind of like him with that beard.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally. We're brothers.
You guys ever played against Dustman? Here he
That's
is.
him. Yep. He's also the guy that runs the company, so
Let him
nothing
win.
but nice things.
Let him win.
No, they don't let me. Our players are better than
Yes, they
I'm
are.
terrible at this game, though. So it doesn't matter if I camp or not. I'll still get
Oh.
killed.
You should be able to download the web player for the Mac.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. This looks like HRPB 1999 is having a problem downloading.
99.
Yeah. You can actually go onto the forums and put a ticket request or a ticket in for
Yeah,
technical issues.
that's right. Any technical issue, again, go to offensivecombat.com, scroll to the bottom, click on that little support link, and that'll help you in. We did have one player say that they have been gone for a while, and they came back for the first time and logged in to reset everything. Yes, on September 1st, or not 1st, 5th, on September 5th, we reset the game to Open Beta 2.0, which changed a lot of the game. We've have details on that on the website itself, so you can take a look at the website about what that entails, and also if you've spent money before that, how we've credited you the gold that you had before and what you get as a replacement.
Somebody was asking who this guy is.
That's Justin Parsons, tech director.
Yeah.
Is that your proper title?
I don't really have a title.
Yeah. He's
I
a guy.
kind of, yeah, do a lot of engineering.
One of our many local geniuses.
We want you to play, Herb. So hit up our forums.
Right, forums.offensivecombat.com.
Or you can email me directly, bcoleman@euphoriagames.com.
Also send money there.
No.
Funds will last. That's his
Ben, I have a
PayPal.
question for you.
Yeah.
Ben's married, but he's cool with it, so.
Are you guys gonna make it where you can hide costumes?
Come
of
on,
other players?
Plongen, bring it. Bring it to 4chan. Come on.
Hide costumes and other players. Interesting. Yeah, so we know about the banana and head hot dog problem. We don't have an immediate solution. We do have some ideas, things we want to work on.
I have complained about that since those costume pieces came out. It's kind of an unfair advantage. I
Have a server in South America. Not currently. We are working to get one.
Yes. It is part of the plan because we have a huge South American audience, even though we don't have a server there. So that is definitely part of the plan. But no specific date on that yet, right?
Yeah, no word yet.
Yeah. But we're definitely working on it. We want that too. 'Cause we
But
have
South America is going to be a primary distribution point. So we're going to have servers, a bunch of servers located probably in Brazil and Peru.
Yeah. Brazil, Peru, Venezuela, Chile, they're all actually big fans of OC. They play the game a lot. We're looking at our numbers, a lot of players come from there.
that was
So-
Dustman. He
That
looks a
was-
lot nicer than he is. I mean, a lot nicer than he is in game. He just whines and whines and whines.
And dines.
You know how he rages in game a lot? It's pretty much the same here.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to call it. We're actually 10 minutes over almost. Thank you to you, Justin. Thank you to you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We were planning to bring in this episode of U4cast. What do we call it? U4cast. We'll be back again on October 30th, which is actually a Wednesday, not a Thursday as normal, because we don't want to run the stream on Halloween.
Are we going to dress up?
I'll totally dress up. You can dress.
Hey, everybody, what costume should Jeremy wear? You guys get a pick.
And Ben,
Keep
what
in
costume should they
mind-
wear?
You
keep
guys
in
have to
mind
pick.
Those options are limited.
You guys have to pick what
Every-
Jeremy wears for
Every
the
time-
Halloween stream.
Every time I buy a costume, I have my choices are limited.
Nothing.
To like 3 things.
They say nothing.
Sweet.
Start a
Maybe
thread up on the forums.
Hulk or the Thing.
Or the blob.
Or the
That's right. That's right. Whatever.
I like the idea of a My Little Pony for Jeremy.
yes, I like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
All right. If that's what I'm wearing, someone has to pay.
Or we
for
can
it.
make Josh dress up.
And Eminem. how
He's
about
not
we-
here.
We can make Ben be the Eminem.
That's right.
Eminem,
We'll
the
figure it
rap.
out. We will dress
like-
up for the next stream.
The
We will
rapper?
dress up. But
Princess
look
Diana.
for the next stream on October 30th. On that show,
Too
we're gonna
soon.
we're gonna show off something on the next show. Don't know.
Oh,
yet.
no.
What yet?
Josh is going to dress up as My Little Pony for the next stream. For Halloween.
Hey, Josh, can you demonstrate the twerking pun?
Oh yeah, sweet.
Thanks, dude.
Come on, guys.
Okay. You're like 23. 24. Sorry. That's right. You are an old man now. There's Alex again. Alex, can you show us the twerking?
Twerk pun?
Yeah.
Working?
No.
That's not twerking, but that's still a good pun.
We will see you on October 30th, everybody. Thanks again for joining us on behalf of Justin and Ben and even myself.
Dusty.
Thank you. We'll see you next time. Dusty as well.
Later.